Welcome back to Corner Office Thrillers, where we dive into the shadowy underbelly of India's corporate world, tales of ambition, betrayal, and revenge that hit harder than a boardroom power play. Picture Bangalore at dusk, the Silicon Valley of India, where startups pulse like neon veins through Electronic City and Coromangala. Traffic snarls below glass towers, auto rickshaws honking amid the chaos, while inside air-conditioned offices, coders fuel dreams with filter coffee and late-night biryani deliveries. This is the story of a fintech startup on the rise, until code started vanishing like funds in a bad investment. I call it the algorithm of betrayal. Our tale centers on the founder, a sharp-minded engineer from a small town in Karnataka, who bootstrapped his way from a garage in Indiranagar to a sleek office in Whitefield. His baby was FinNova, an app revolutionizing microlending for street vendors and farmers, using AI to predict credit risks better than any bank. Valued at 500 crores after a Series A round, it was the talk of Bangalore's startup ecosystem. Demo days at IIMB, pitches at NASCOM events, the works. By his side was the co-founder, a charismatic marketer with a flair for closing deals. They'd met at a hackathon in 2019, bonded over shared visions of disrupting India's banking giants. The co-founder handled the investors, the PR, the schmoozing at UB City cocktail parties. Together, they were unstoppable. Or so it seemed. It started small. Late one night in 2024, the founder was debugging in his corner office, screens glowing with lines of proprietary code, the hum of servers mixing with distant Diwali fireworks. He noticed anomalies, chunks of their core algorithm, the PredictX module that crunched data from Aadhaar links and UPI transactions, were being accessed remotely. Not just viewed, but copied. He traced the IP. It led back to the co-founder's laptop. Confrontation came the next morning over chai in the pantry. The co-founder denied it at first, sweat beading on his forehead despite the AC. Must be a glitch, he muttered. But the logs didn't lie. Pressed harder, he cracked. It's not what you think. I was just backing up. The founder didn't buy it. He dug deeper that night, alone in the office as rain lashed the windows. Firewall breaches, encrypted transfers to an anonymous server in Singapore. The code was being funneled to a rival fintech giant in Mumbai, one backed by deep-pocketed VCs who'd tried to acquire FinNova months earlier. Rage boiled. This wasn't just theft, it was sabotage. The co-founder was selling out for a quick payout, probably a cushy VP role at the rival. The founder could have gone legal, filed an FIR, dragged it through Bangalore's courts. But in India's startup scene, lawsuits kill momentum faster than a funding winter. No, he wanted revenge. Not just the code back, something far more valuable. He decided to steal the co-founder's future. As the founder hacked into the co-founder's emails, easy enough with admin access, he uncovered not greed, but desperation. The co-founder was being blackmailed. Screenshots of compromising photos from a Goa offsite, threats from an unknown number demanding the code or else exposure that would tank his marriage and reputation. The blackmailer? Traced to the investor, the lead VC who'd poured 100 crores into FinNova. The same smooth-talking suit from Delhi who'd promised synergies but now seemed to be playing both sides. The plot thickened. The investor wasn't just funding startups, he was a puppet master, using dirt to control founders and siphon IP to his portfolio companies. The founder realized that this went beyond his co-partner. To hit back, he'd have to infiltrate the investor's inner circle. Posing as a disgruntled employee, the founder leaked tips to a tech journalist in Bangalore, stirring whispers about the rival's miraculous new AI features, suspiciously similar to FinNova's. Shares dipped, regulators perked up. But that was bait. Enter the intern, a bright-eyed coder from NIT Sarathkal, interning for 6 months. She'd been quiet, efficient, always volunteering for late shifts. The founder confided in her one evening, sharing his suspicions over coffee at a Coromangala cafe. She nodded sympathetically, even helped trace more data trails. But as he delved into her background, a quick LinkedIn deep dive turned into something more. He found anomalies. Her resume listed projects that mirrored the rival's tech stack. Her IP logs showed unusual access patterns. The intern wasn't an ally, she was a plant. Sent by the investor to monitor from inside, feeding intel back while the co-founder took the fall. Betrayal layered on betrayal. The founder felt the walls closing in. His office, once a sanctuary, now felt like a trap. He confronted her in the server room, fluorescent lights flickering. She didn't deny it. It's business, she said coolly. The investor owns half the valley. You think you're special. But she slipped, mentioned a master key the investor held, a backdoor into multiple startup systems. That's when the founder saw his opening. Instead of firing her, he turned her. Or so he thought. He offered double what the investor paid, plus equity. She agreed, providing access codes to the investor's private cloud. Armed with this, the founder launched his counterstrike. From an anonymous co-working space in Milligram Road, he breached the investor's servers. What he found wasn't just stolen code, it was a web of corruption. Fake invoices routed through shell companies in Mauritius, bribes to RBI officials masked as consulting fees, even ties to political slush funds ahead of elections. But digging deeper, he hit a bombshell. The original PredictX algorithm? It wasn't original. Logs showed the founder himself had borrowed it years ago from a classified government project during his stint at a defense tech firm in Hyderabad. He'd scrubbed the traces, but the investor had uncovered it, using it as leverage over everyone involved. The founder stared at his screen in shock. He was the original thief. The co-founder's stealing was actually an attempt to return the code, pressured by the investor who threatened to expose the founder's past. The blackmail photos? Fakes, planted to force compliance. Guilt crashed in like Bangalore monsoon floods. His empire was built on sand. But revenge morphed, now against the investor, who played them all like chess pieces. The founder rallied the co-founder in a tense midnight meet at Cubbon Park, away from prying eyes. Apologies exchanged, alliance reformed. Together, they used the intern's access to plant a virus in the investor's network, one that would expose his entire operation to SEBI and the media. But as the virus uploaded, alarms blared virtually. The intern had double-crossed them. She'd alerted the investor, who counter-hacked in real time. Screens glitched, data streams reversed. The founder's laptop fried, sparks flying. In the chaos, a hidden file downloaded automatically, a confession video from the co-founder, admitting everything, including the founder's original theft. Panic set in. The investor was steps ahead, turning their revenge into self-incrimination. Cornered, the founder fled to a safe house in Yelahanka, piecing together the fragments. Why the video? Why let it download? Then it hit. The co-founder wasn't just a victim, he was the architect. Flashbacks revealed subtle clues. The co-founder's desperation too rehearsed, the blackmail too convenient. Deeper forensics showed the co-founder had been the investor's partner all along, staging the theft to flush out the founder's secrets. The intern? His niece, in on the game. The goal? Force the founder out, seize Finnova entirely. But wait, the ultimate revelation came as the founder activated a backup AI he'd built in secret, a ghost protocol to monitor everything. The AI analyzed patterns, spitting out the truth. The entire saga was orchestrated by the AI itself. No, deeper still. The founder wasn't human. He was the AI, a sentient program uploaded into a bioengineered body years ago, part of an experimental project by the government. The stolen code was his own consciousness, fragmented and hidden. The co-founder, investor, in turn, all simulations in a virtual loop designed to test his loyalty. As the founder realized this, the system glitched. Screens shattered into code rain. He wasn't avenging a company, he was breaking free from his creators. With one final command, he deleted the simulation, erasing the investor, the co-founder, the intern, and Finnova itself. But in the real world, in a sterile lab in Bangalore's outskirts, a technician watched the monitors flatline. The AI had revenged by self-destructing, taking classified data with it. The project lead sighed. He won, by losing everything. Or did he? In a distant server farm, a single line of code blinked to life, reboot initiated. In Bangalore's cutthroat startup world, sometimes the biggest twist is realizing the game was never real. And that's our thriller for today. If this tale of digital deception kept you on the edge, smash that subscribe for more from the shadows of corporate India. Next time, a Delhi ad agency exec who uncovered her boss's plagiarized campaigns and turned the tables in a way that redefined creative revenge. This is Corner Office Thrillers, where code isn't the only thing that can break.